Alright, so back again, and in this lesson here, what Derek is going to do is basically finish off the character. He's going to put all the rest of the detail in, which, as you can see by the image right there, is actually quite a bit, and wrap it all up.
Exactly. Now this is, we're going to talk a little bit about, say, if I was working for an art director, okay?
Okay.
Now, we're assuming that the art director told me as the artist, I want this cute, lovable, sort of pixie-type space girl. Big boots, some gauntlets. She's got to be tough. She's got to be a bad mofro, but she's got to be cute and lovable.
Okay.
All right? So, again, we want cute, emphasizing on the big cheeks. If I make her narrow, she's going to look mean. Again, this is a certain style the art director wanted, a manga deformed. So I don't have these huge upper half like, say, some comic books do.
Exactly.
Right. I had to put that diplomatically. All right, so let's start off with what I love is the eyes, because the eyes are the windows of the soul. And what I'm going to do is this eye area right here, I'm going to cut it like this. This is where I want my eyes to wrap around. Notice it's on a straight line. It's a slight curve. And again, draw lightly. Rule number 1 to drawing is you draw lightly. Rule number 2, you draw lightly. Right now, I'm going to cut this in half this way. We call it symmetry. So this side should, in theory, look the same on this side. And now it's at a slightly tilted angle. So we got to do the best that we can to make it look aesthetically pleasing to the eye. With this cut here and this cut here, I'm going to put my eyes in. Now, we all know manga, they have huge eyes. Huge, beautiful eyes. So what I'm going to do is a slight angle like this. And bring it up here like this. And down. Almost even with the corner right here that we drew. Alright, still not done. We're going to measure over just a little bit. It's important not to make the eyes too close. Usually the biggest rule of thumb, drawing normally, you have 8 spaces for eyes across the head. It'd be 1 eye here, 2, it'd be all the way up to 8. Now that this manga deformed, that throws off the equation a bit.
Actually, Derek, if you can pull that down just a little bit, I'll even pull up a little bit tighter on it.
Okay.
There you go.
Alright, super. What we want to do now here is scoot over just a little bit, and notice here I'm making another slight angle, trying to copy this one, same angle, and I'm stopping from here to here. You don't want to have a big old eyeball like this, all the way up to here, unless she's doing something dramatic, and the artist or art director calls for it. Right now we just want her standing there looking pleasing. So notice this is a slight angle. I'm going to try to capture this angle slightly same way like this. From here, I just bring this down right here. And you may say, that's pretty cool. I like it. It's cool. Far from over. What we're going to do now, come down here slightly, and we're going to make a small little triangle like this for where the nose goes. That's what I love about manga. You don't have to have all this super high detail. What we're doing is we're drawing symbols. Everybody knows this small triangle here represents a nose. From right under here, I want to make her lovable. I want her to feel likable. So I'm going to give her a slight cocky smile. I call it the Bruce Willis slide. You ever see how he smiles?
Oh, yeah.
Kind of a crooked smile?
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do here, smile like this. And from right under here, make a small indentation to represent the bottom part of her lip. Now, it still doesn't look that feminine, correct?
Correct.
What we're going to do now, my favorite part, we're going to put some thick eyelashes on her. Not like Tammy Faye Baker crazy, okay? But we'll make her look like she's pleasing. So I'm going to come back in here, inside, tracing around here like this. From here. A slight indentation here like this. Same way with here like this. A lot of people will call this line thickness. A reader or viewer of your drawing will get very tired of the same line width all the way around. So it's very important to the artist to thick to thin. Make the lines different. So, a slight angle through here. Bring this up like this. Same eyelashes through here. And we have ourselves some eyelashes. Now if you notice my drawing all the way through here, there's a lot of lines. A lot of lines through here. So I haven't really committed to any certain shape yet. I do like this here. Make it a little bit more round. Come to the point here. This seems to make her too far out, right? It's not pleasing. It's not quite there. Almost. So again, a light line, bringing to here, looking a bit better. But let's add an ear here and see what happens. That's really important about the ear. I don't want to put my ear all the way up there. Something's awfully wrong. What you should do at home, if you look at yourself, now be careful not to poke your eye out, because that would be a very bad thing. But find the corner of your eye and trace it around to your ear and see where your ear's at. And I'm doing it here off camera. My ear's right a little bit below. Find out where it hits on you. And what I'm going to do is draw my ear. It's just the letter C right here. Just like that. So I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing, right? So I'm going to come in here, clean up a few lines. And here like this. And what I'll do is just make a small line in here like this to make it inside of her ear. Now again, this is all super light, because now the biggest part about manga or anime is the hairstyles. And we want to make her somewhat like a pixie. And we all know what pixie haircuts are like. All sharp and pointed and spiky. And you can have fun with this at home. You can make any hairstyle that you want. So what I'm going to do is have a light peak up here like this. Bring it down. Again, I'm drawing lightly. And coming in through here. Again, borrowing a little bit from Jim Lee, how he always had that wisp of hair right here. I always thought it was kind of sexy, even for manga deformed. It gives a bit of attitude. What I'm doing here is I'm drawing triangles really lightly. I'll bring another triangle down here like this. Now this one I don't want in the eye area, because I want the reader or the viewer, whoever's looking at this, to actually see her eye. Another triangle like this. Now let's give her a bunch of attitude, right? We'll bring this down here, over the eye. Big loose lock. Measuring, say what about here? Bringing this down. Now I'm going to clean up a little bit as I go. Now you notice I drew through this, so I don't want to see this right now. So I come back in here, and I'm giving depth. This hair's covering up this eyelash. From here, let's make another triangle. And yet another triangle. And from here, let's connect these. Make another triangle out here like this. Another sharp one here like this. Again, drawing through. I don't want this ear showing, this part right here. So I'm going to come in here, clean this up. Clean up all these lines in through here like this. Why? Because I drew lightly. And then what I want to do is throw some hair on the side. Let's do 3. 1, 2, 3. So it would actually come up and around. Still, this looks pretty good, but something's not quite right. All the hair's leaning in over here, and I don't quite like that the way it looks. So I want to even things out a bit. We have this big lock here. So let's put this big lock over here to balance it out. We come down here like this. Alright, now I got some basic more shapes to work with. What to do now? She gotta have the eyebrows, right? Let's give them slightly pointed eyebrows like this. And this eyebrow here, I'm still drawing through, get proper proportion. I'm gonna come back in and clean it out. We have a basic manga type shape face with a little bit of attitude. And right now I'm going to draw the eyes in here. It's really important to note, I'm not drawing the eyes straight in the middle. You get a wild look like that. That's not what we want. Up here like this. Up here like this. And this slight details, scribbles in through here to give her a little bit of a retina or cornea of the eyeball area. Now, I'm still not satisfied with this area right here, but because I've drawn lightly, I'll be able to come back and I'll be able to fix it. I'll also be doing some more detail in the eyes, but I don't want to get too top-heavy right now.
Actually, you know what? Let's do that. Let's go ahead, looking at the time and everything, let's go ahead and focus on just the head, and we'll break these detail in sections up.
Okay.
Because since we're pushing at 10 minutes, and with this being video, it's going to be a really large download.
Okay, I can do that. Again, she's a little bit too wide-eyed right here, but got the eyeballs in. I'm going to come in here, give her a more sultry look. See how that covers that up? Nice and pretty. Come back in here again. Nice sultry type look. This jawline, not quite doing it for me. Bring it down here like this. Just goes to show everyone makes mistakes. Make it a little more sharper. Down here like this. And I decided I don't want it quite as round. A little round will do. Right through here like this. We got some nice lines, but it's going to get boring. We need some line with variation. So I'm going to decide I want the underneath of my triangles here to be a little more dark. Heavier line with ratio. Coming down here, heavier line with ratio. Heavier, light, heavier. Right here's a little bit of shadow. Underneath here, going to be light or dark. Up through here, this big wisp here, going to be dark, light, dark, a little bit thicker. No, I'm saying dark, I mean thicker. Alright, so that's the important thing here. Line with variation is very important. Light, thick, light. It's really thickening up right through here. And that smile, not bad. Let's try to make it a little bit better. It's not so big. Right like this. And that's your basic shape for a manga head.
Cool. If you want to go ahead and turn that into the camera for a second, there you go. Okay, very nice. So that's going to wrap up this lesson here, and then we'll move into the next section.